And what's going on, guys? And we are back. This is the Nothing Beats Experience Quarantine Edition. I am joined here by a legend, arguably one of the greatest MMA combat fighters of all time, someone that I respect immensely, and someone that I have to say has the coolest name in all of combat sports, Cris Cyborg. How are you doing today?
I'm great. Thank you for having me on your show. I'm very happy and excited for see what next step for me.
Awesome. Well, let me ask you a quick question. Before we go any further, obviously this quarantine's been going on now for a while. How have you been staying busy during this quarantine season and just kind of with everything going on in the world during the pandemic? How have you been staying busy?
No, I've been training, like running, cardio, conditioning training, group training. I don't do it now. I'm in weight C, but I'm doing punch bags, getting ready for C. Be in shape. Be in shape. If the opportunity come, we can start on camp, but start in shape.
Well, I've been seeing a lot of you training and some of the stuff that you were doing prior. I know there's been rumors about you possibly wanting to cross over to boxing. And I know that you've trained with some of my good friends, Virgil Ortiz and the camp over there. Kind of talk about that experience and how it's been working with those guys.
No, I have the opportunity to meet Virgin, and he's an amazing coach. I love training for him. And we start training before it happened the epidemic about coronavirus. And we start training every day. I'm learning a lot of him, his son. And I'm very, very excited. I have a plan to fight boxing in July, and because maybe I was going to fight in May, September, and I want to do some fight between. And we start training together. But now, because the epidemic, we cannot be able to train. He's back to his place with some cancel fight. And probably, we're going to fight, boxing fight, but I'm not sure now it's going to be the next because probably I have to defend my title. But this is planned. It's in the hold, but for sure I want to fight boxing.
So you definitely want to get into boxing. And I think that's something that you had mentioned in a previous interview, that right now you have the flexibility to kind of do whatever it is that you want to do, whether it's MMA, whether it's pro boxing, whether it's WWE. So as of right now, your goal is to kind of get back into defending the title first, correct?
Yes, this is the difference. Work at Bellator, you don't have a boss. They have one partner. And then what is going to be great for both. And then, if you're going to be boxing, if we're going to be the next one defend my title, we're going to work together for this to happen.
So is there any specific pro boxers, real quick, before we get off the subject of boxing, is there any specific pro boxers that you would want to fight? Anybody that you have your eye on that you would like, hey, you know what, that's someone I would like to get in the ring with?
We always talking, me and the Cecilia Brooks are always talking each other about this, and maybe she's gonna be you'll be the one to fight her. She's a great champion, a long time too. And my manager Adi Atari has helped me promote to the McGregor, and now he's managed the Pacquiao. And maybe I don't know, maybe my own manager can make the promotion, paradigm and make the fight happen. But I don't know. I really don't know, sure. But to just training and wait for the opportunity to come.
What about, so then let's talk about defending your title. Has there been any fighters in specific that you have your eye on that you see that may be next in line to face you?
After my last fight, I know Scott Coker talked about Erlin Blanco and Kat Zingano. I don't know. I just train and then wait for see the next opponents, but I hear about the both.
Well, I know that you've probably been asked this quite a bit, but I have to ask, what are your thoughts about possibly fighting in front of no fans? Your thoughts of just going in there and just you with no audience fighting for us to watch on TV?
It's going to be very different, fight for no fans, but you just have to think people anyways are going to watching you. They're going to be live over there, but for sure it's a little weird. But you're gonna be at training gym, you're gonna be like you do fight in the gym. It's sparring day.
Fighters fight. That's what they do. Now you mentioned about having a partner versus having a boss, right? And you also mentioned about the possibility of even going to WWE. Is that something that you really actually want to do? Possibly get into professional wrestling? We've seen certain MMA fighters make the transition into that. I don't know if that's something that you're really serious about. Kind of wanted to get your thoughts on that.
Okay, can you repeat again because the internet cut?
Oh, I'm sorry about that. So I was saying that I know that you mentioned with Bellator, you have an actual partner. You don't have a boss, and you have pretty much the flexibility to do as you choose, right? You mentioned WWE as a possibility, to actually go and do some stuff with them. Is that something that you actually really want to do? Or is that just something that you have the option to do?
It's the good thing when growing, challenge myself, and something gonna work for sure. I have my deal with Bellator. I have to do what I make the agreement with Scott, but I have the opportunity to do another things too. This is good thing. Good thing because we can grow together. Any place I'm going, for sure, I'm gonna help growing the Bellator too. And this is the nice thing. We partner working together.
Well, the internet cut off right now, so I didn't actually get your answer in regards to you wanting to do WWE. Is that something that you want to do?
Yes, it's gonna be if they have the opportunity for sure. I think something good for my brand, grow, and help promote it myself. And for sure, if you have the opportunity, I don't have any problem. No, I like challenges.
That's awesome. Well, they said for years there was talks of, fighting Ronda Rousey. That fight never materialized in MMA. You said, hey, I'm going to chase you down to WWE if I have to. Now she no longer wrestles. It's like no matter where you go, she goes elsewhere.
I know. I have to chase her house now. I cannot chase the UFC. I cannot chase the WWE. I have to chase her house. I have to find her in the street. I'm joking. I don't know, but it's not just about her. I think if they have the opportunity, it's great. If you're gonna be her or another girl, it's gonna be amazing.
That's awesome. Well, I wanted to ask you a few questions in regards to, now with your current situation with having a partnership with Bellator. Do you ever see the day that you guys could potentially cross promote a fight with the UFC, for example? Something along the lines of you and Amanda Nunez. I know that's a match that you would like to have again. Kind of get another crack at it. Do you ever see the day that there's a potential, a cross promotion? Because I don't, just from the outside looking in as just a spectator, I don't see Dana White wanting to do any business outside of his own realm.
Okay, I'm telling you, what fight people would like to watch now? If you put on paper, if you can be the matchmaker, what fight would you like to do? A lot of people gonna say Cyborg and Amanda. And the place I'm at, Bellator, Scott Coker, no, he's open for if you do champion against champion, he's open to do. He's already doing this. He's did with Japan, and he's already open for this. Now I have to see the other side. Then you can do like to do, But from my side, they don't have any problem. I think this would be great for MMA. We're gonna be great for MMA, growing the sport, and this is the fight to what the fans would like to do. Same thing happened. People would like to see me run the fight. Don't know why don't make this fight happen. He's the promoter. He's gonna make this fight happen. And this fight for sure he's like to do, and he's gonna make. He's gonna make. And about the same thing about me and Amanda Nunes. It's up to him and to her to accept the fight. But me and then already Scott Coker talk about this, and we need to do this.
Well, you talk about, and I agree with you. I think it's the fight that the fans want to see. You had your winning streak all those years, and then finally, you fight her, and it goes in her favor. We would love to see that fight. But do you feel that your career would be not so much incomplete if you don't fight her? But is that a fight that you feel like you need to have, or that you personally want to have before your career is over?
I think I did a lot of for sports, and then if I don't have the opportunity to fight Amanda, no, because I didn't try. After the fight, I asked for rematch, and UFC don't want to give me. She told me wait 2 years. I can control myself, but I cannot control the others. And then if I didn't try anything, for sure I'm gonna feel I supposed to do that. Not no, I choose to be Bellator because I feel like they want to help my brain grow. It's not be one place and damage my brain. And I think about my legacy too. And if this fight not happen, I know it's not because me. It's because they don't want to do together this fight.
Well, you speak of your legacy. You know, you've been fighting for years. You know, in my opinion, you're one of the most decorated fighters of all time. You know, how many more years do you realistically see yourself going out there and fighting before you're like, hey, you know what? That's it. You know, I want to enjoy myself now. You know, how many more years would you say that you would like to fight?
You know, I enjoy every fight. You know, I enjoy my life, every fight. I love what I like. I do. This is something very blessed when you love something you like to do. And I don't see anything about retirement now. You know, I don't feel like, I want to stop this time. I don't make a day. And then now with my new deal with Bellator, just motivate me. And then I want to defend my title most I can. You know, do great fight for all my fans. And be happy. Be happy. Do something I love to do. I don't have the idea yet, like when I'm going to retire. I don't know if it's a good thing or bad thing, but I'm really happy at the moment.
Yeah, absolutely. No, I'm just asking, because it's just a question in general. Because for us, as fans, you've accomplished so much. So, and I know that you sound so excited. You sound really happy about this deal with Bellator. And I wanted to ask. I know you kind of already touched on it. The differences between your previous promotion versus what you have now, because what you consider now is more of a partnership, correct?
Yes, so work with Bellator is different because you then work together. You talk, what is saying in your face. This is gonna happen. It's not just to say something; it'll happen. And I have, I don't like to say about anything, but I have a lot of struggle in UFC, and I feel like they don't help promote the fighters. They pick some fighters, but then they don't treat everyone the same way. A lot, of course, if you pick somebody say, no, they're nice for me, But for me, I know I have good time there, but behind, I have a lot of things going on behind scenes.
Got you. Well, I have a random question for you. Whenever you're in the gym and you're working out, what is your favorite song to listen to whenever you work out? Do you have a favorite song to listen to whenever you're working out?
Sometimes I always listen gospel music, but I don't know if you know. Remember the music when Dele Silva go to the fight?
Yeah.
When it's in Pride? I'm gonna show. I don't know. I don't have it here. But sometimes I like to listen to one fight. He's going to the fight. I think the Thunder. And I don't know the music it can say, but this fight motivated me to. But I was listening gospel music forever to train. I do.
Oh, that's awesome. I think the internet connection's cutting out a little bit, but yeah, no, that's awesome.
This one, do you know this one?
Oh, there it is. I can hear it. I hear that's awesome.
Yeah, you hear this music for sure, for sure.
Well, we're excited and we can't wait to see you get back in it. So, I know you mentioned at the top of the interview. Do you have an exact tentative frame when you'll be back?
I'm not sure yet, but the plan, I think, after my fight was maybe September. But I'm not sure what's gonna happen. But I'm waiting to see what's Bellator gonna do. Yes, but I'm excited about you.
And then after Bellator, hopefully we can see you into the boxing ring, and then you can just kind of continue to dominate across the board. You've been doing it for so long, and we support you. We're fans of what you do. And like I said, at the beginning of the interview, we truly feel that you are one of the greatest of all time. With that being said, I want to ask you one last question. I don't like to harp too much on the UFC stuff, but I know that they recently did. They have their UFC Hall of Fame. I don't know if that's something that you would want to be part of, or if that's something that you feel down the line that you guys that you would be part of. I just kind of wanted to get your perspective on that, and before we wrap up.
I think this is supposed to be a vote for all the fans to do. But I'm never gonna be there, because who's the vote don't know why. But okay, you gonna record this? Okay, babe, it's okay. But I'm gonna say one thing. I do like to be the Hall of Fame inside the heart of all my fans. This is the most important thing.
Hey, that's all that matters. That's what I was going to say. Regardless of whether or not they never put you in the Hall of Fame or not, we know that
I
you're a
don't
Hall of
care.
Fame.
I like to be the Hall of Fame inside the heart of all my fans and continue doing my best. You know, I never think about this. You know, I just do something I love to do, doing my best.
Absolutely. Well, like I said, regardless, you're a Hall of Famer to us. You're a legend. Thank you so much
Nice.
for joining us. I don't want to take up much more of your time. It's an honor to talk to you, and we wish you the best, and we can't wait to see you fight again.
Thank you guys. Thank you all my fans, Cyber Nation. I appreciate everyone. Thanks for getting all the masks you guys get for the Help Project Kids in Brazil. I appreciate everyone. And every Thursday we train together. And I'm doing that one, DNA of Champions. We interview a lot of fighters. We did Vanderlei, Aldo, Cobrinha. Next going to be Babalu. And welcome to subscribe to YouTube with me this journey. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much. Make sure to follow her at Cris Cyborg. Thank you so much.